Game number 1 here, Gust and 5 up against Fusion in the ANZ Season 2 Summer Final Championship. This is now in the losers bracket as both Fusion and Gust and 5 lost their first games in the winners bracket. But now, into this game here, we're on the Old Infernal Shrine. It's a personal favourite, a great map for aggression. And on the left-hand side it is going to be Muradin, played by KVA. Kruven, Uther, and Aegon is playing Vala. Arcana is on Sonya, and John is on Falstead.
Indeed, on the right-hand side, we do have Team Fusion. We see Demai is playing Zul, Lahal on Sylvanas, Stoosh on Rhaegar, IY on Grey Mane, and Moops is playing Joanna today as the tank.
Yeah, that's the one, and you can see Gust and 5 really like this Falstead pick. Every single game they've had it, and it's obviously the key to their success, the key about their name.
Indeed, I think it'd be kind of silly if they didn't pick up Falstead. So who are you? Are you Gust and 5? Or are you some other team that is based off a...
I wonder if they're a team that get tilted if they don't have Falstead, if it's banned away or taken away from them. Just like, well, what does our team mean?
Yeah, what do we... Who are we? Who am I? But here we go, a bit of a tussle here in the mid lane. KVA already getting rooted there by the Switch. Dwarven tosses to negate that there. Very nice plays. But yeah, nothing going to result of that wee tussle there. We do see this quite often at the start of the game, you know, two teams really trying to find their foothold in these series here and just try and get some cheeky kills at the start to really snowball their advantage and make the win easier for themselves.
Yeah, so we're going to see them bounce between lanes. Arcana's going to be up against Greymane. A lane here he should win if he doesn't take too much ranged harass. The all-in though, Greymane will have a great time. But the wave clear really for Fusion is going to be so much more favourable. They got Zul, they got Joanna, and then they got the Sylvanas. And that's a lot of pressure they can really bring to the table to bounce between.
Yeah, but look at on the side of Gust and 5 Skimmy, they do have, you know, Muradin, Sonya, and Uther. So of course those stun combos, the follow-up for that Bruiser combo is going to be so ferocious. And of course Sonya with a Divine Shield, nothing you want to be dealing with in this sort of game. So, you know, Demai's got a bit of a damage out to him there. We do see Uther sitting up there. It's kind of like a temporary scouter. Holy light, beam of light. And Arcana getting engaged on himself up here. Whirlwind being popped a bit too preemptive. The healing is going to keep him alive there. Moops taking a bit of damage himself. Unstoppable already being popped, and I'm sure he is going to be going down here. Dwarven Toss really securing that kill with the body block, and very nice by G5.
Yes, like you said, two different comps, two different ideas in mind. One looking to force team fights, one looking to clear lanes and find those XP victories, really. So Sonya, great rotation down from the top to the mid to try and force that, and really allowed him to win with that numbers game.
Yeah, well, very nice wee tussle for them to have, really. I do feel like Gust and 5's comp at the start is just so punch-on. You can be quite aggressive, and it's quite forgiving. It's quite simplistic.
Oh, but punch-on is not what they want to do when they're in a one situation like that. But Arcana having the trust and his support there. Kruven topping him up. And Flight is going to be used to fly on in. The Stormbot connects with Lahal, but there's no follow-up for that one. But like you were saying...
Yeah, like I was saying, it's a very forgiving comp. It's very basic, and they can do very basic things with it. You know, the damage is on there on every character, a couple of stuns to follow up as well. Whereas I feel like Team Fusion, they really need to have really good synergy to get those off. But, you know, Stoosh, or Moop, sorry, he's going to make that a whole lot easier, bringing them in a closer proximity. And of course, we are going to see IY and Lahal being the main damage dealers for that sort of comp. So mustn't forget him as well with that poison over level 10.
So look how well Fusion are actually doing. They're keeping toe-to-toe. Actually, they're ahead right now, and they actually don't even have Zul. Zul's actually sitting in mid lane trying to soak to try and get them these XP leads, but at what cost? Because the kills are now going on towards Moot. He's been taken out of this one, and Gust and 5 now abusing the 4v5. And it may look as a result now that Fusion decided to sacrifice this first Punisher.
Well, Skimmy, when you don't have your front line, you know, Joanna being such a strong front line, you've got to cop the stuns. And who else is going to cop the stuns if it's not Joanna? It's either going to be the Greymane or it's going to be the Zul. So, of course, those are two quite squishy targets in their own respect. So, fair enough that they're playing this quite passive. 36 now to 23. They are going to get this Arcane Punisher. Certainly is theirs. And they are just going to walk away from this, probably push the top lane, but Zul is being a bit cheeky all the while and just getting that split push. But Falstead doing a nice play as well, getting a bit of his own split push and XP at the bot lane, because he doesn't need to be there, Skimmy.
I do like the play by Zul, because, you know, they, like you said, they realise that their comp is going to lose in these brawling sort of situations, so he decides to try and just punch on, get some XP leads, really allow these lanes to be a bit more opened up. Take out these structures, but you know, he would have had a good time there. The whole team was there. Obviously, due to the wave that they had, they could have actually found the first Punisher in their favour. The Bone Prism connects onto Arcana. They don't actually have to follow up to it. He's going to couple a few shots, but He's going to keep himself topped up as they hit level 7 first.
I was liking how confident Demise was there. He really went up against 4 players and just walked on up, but they knew the smart play was not to turn around. In fact, one person, I think it was Sonya, did get Bone Prism there, so she did just walk away from that. If we have a quick second to look over the talents here, nothing's
well,
really
there are
going
some
on.
interesting talents, and I'll bring them up. I say we got Lightning Bond taken here, which is going to really allow Rhaegar as well as another party member to really just take out those skulls as quickly as possible. But the other one that I'm really wanting to harp on about is the fact that Hurricane is being picked up. Now, this allows the Bone Prism to be completely negated, Sta'immy.
Yeah. So it's not very common, I guess, in this game. Well, it shouldn't be common that we'll see the Bone Prism coming out on Sonya. But if she does use that Whirlwind, not to its full effect, she can find herself going down very quickly. So it's going to be an interesting one. A couple of interesting talents being picked up, of course, but a lot of standard ones as well. We do see, I believe, Muradin actually picking up the stack on his stun there, so that's going to be dealing a lot of damage in the later stages of the game. Probably going to try and get some picks, get that Thunderclap ability as well that does increase damage, and really go for that 1v1 potential.
Yeah, there is this standard Thunderclap build. It's not the one that actually gives you the stacks, but...
Yeah, well, that's why I have you, Skimmy, the analyst of the game.
Let me break this game down for you. I am the Wikipedia to your bands, mate.
But you know, I wear the band's pants in this relationship.
Spin the bands, mate.
Spin the bands. But the easy camp is being picked up at the bottom lane. That's going to be pushing on nice and fierce. KVA about to get Bone Prism, but look at that Dwarven Toss we all know and love, negating that CC there, and Vala running up, and Aegon feeling so confident after Bone Prism already being used. Of course he can jump in and do his best.
Right now, Gust and 5 have the advantage. They have the minion wave there, the Shamans, I should say the Goatmen, chucking out those spears.
Are they actually called Goat?
Well, I like to call them Goatmen. I'm sure Blizzard have a more technical term about them, but you know, that's what they say in the OGN, and ever since I heard Altostis and Wolf mention it, I was thinking, you know, that's a pretty cool name.
If they can say it, I can say it.
I can say it.
Exactly. So the Frozen Punisher is the next Punisher of choice for the AI of the game. They do like that one. And that's going to be coming up, of course, with its reduced timing on those frost spheres. It's going to make it a whole lot easier for yourself and your team to get some picks with that CC that comes out.
The interesting thing, though, here, Starving, is Gust and 5, well, they're looking to take the objective. They're playing the objective itself, but Fusion, they're not actually ever wanting to group. You saw Sylvanas pushing up the top lane there, which forces John to rotate. They have Zul all the time in the bot lane, so they're ahead in XP, but, you know, ironically enough, now they might be ahead by picking up the objective.
Yeah, but here we go. Here comes the CC coming out onto Sonya as well. Nice Gust being used. Poison over onto 4 members of Team Gust and 5. They are probably going to go down. Nice Rain of Vengeance though. Demise getting dropped so fast and massive healing. Kruven is going to go down. Probably the best person to go down at this point though. Healing going to be coming out onto KVA and Arcana. And Aegon probably going to go down. Yes, he is. And oh man, what a massive fight. I actually really liked Uther going down there because it did mean that he could sustain his teammates for that little bit longer, but just not too effective at the moment. So that Poison Nova really turned the tide of that fight, Skimmy.
Yeah, story of that fight really was the Poison Nova, like you said. And with the Lightning Bond, it really showed you that, you know, if they are behind by not having all members there pushing these lanes, they're finding more victories as a result. They're pushing out the lanes and they're able to take out the shrine just that much quicker. Yeah, and the level advantage already being picked up. Arcana actually doing quite a smart thing there that you don't commonly see with less experienced teams. He ran out to the front of the gate, soaked that jump, and of course it kept the Punisher within the outside of the gate. So of course they can blow this up now, and they've zoned it out just that wee bit longer, and of course Team Fusion are forced to back off here. Yeah, so Demise in a familiar situation once again. A rather acclaimed Ebitha player, so he probably thinks he's in a more human form, wanting to split push as much as he can, but Gust and 5 have had enough of these antics. They're saying, stop it, we want to finally kill you. The bone shield armor has been popped. He's going to try and sustain for a little bit longer, but what can you do, Starvey, when 4 members of Gust and 5 rock up on your door?
And we always talk about this, Skimmy. When is it good to pop your ultimate? Do you need 2 or 3 players to be hit? Do you need 4 or 5? No, all you need is just that good opening.
Cooldowns equal kills.
Exactly.
Simple as that, really. And you know, as a result, they now find an XP lead out of it because they're going to take a fall.
And not just an XP lead, Skimmy, but an actual map kind of progression, I guess you could say, in which they've opened up the top lane for more possibilities. They can now contest the hard camp of Team Fusion, now having that map control, and they have, of course, taken out that, just the fort and the well at the top lane. So it's going to make it harder for Team Fusion to fight back with any engagements that take place up there. But look at this! KVA actually going on the front lines there, actually catches the Lahal a bit out of position, but no follow-up there. I don't actually think Gust and 5 were keen on that one, as they simply walked away. No reaction from them.
Yeah, Fusion and Gust and 5 basically just trade out top and bot, so they've opened up those sides of the maps now. Arcana's going to begin the mercenary game, and Demise is hunting. He's realizing that people are missing. He's going to face check straight on towards an Aegon, instantly popping the Vault, not taking any chance of that one, quite rightly so. And they've just left Arcana up to his own antics. He's not being deterred by this whatsoever.
I like that. That wee little extensive play there. How he went up. It was a bit risky though, I must say. But it came to good avail. Here comes Arcana in there with the Bone Prism, choking on my words there. Divine Shield hasn't quite been popped yet.
The Rain of Vengeance is so good. It comes on through. Second wave doesn't actually connect, but the Bone Armor is popped. The Avatar's popped to follow. The Avatar is jumping up in the mix of everyone, but the Ancestral was great on towards Demise, keeping him just a little bit longer. KVA does actually drop as a result. The Gust is coming just a little bit too late, but they trade a 1-for-1.
I do think that Gust is quite nice though, because it really did get them that kill on Zul, and Zul didn't even pop Poison Nova. I think if he did, that fight could have gone a whole lot differently there, Skimmy. So, they did want to blow him up as fast as they possibly could, and rightfully so. Arcana, and Aegon, and Kruven are now the ones down here dealing with this Mortar Punisher. So we are going to have to wait for KVA to come back on the Mirrodin. They do not have a front line, I guess you could say, at the moment, except for Arcana, but with no Divine Shield, it's a bit risky to have Arcana going so deep there.
Yeah, so the rotational advantage is in favour right now for Gust and 5. They have Sylvanas rotate up to the top lane to contest those Shamans, like Arcana picked up earlier, so really proving the ability that the mercenary camps can do. Usually people sort of just pick them up because they're there, but you've got to realise that not only do they give map pressure, they actually give you map vision. So as soon as you see a player up there, you realise, hey, we have the numbers advantage, we can force this as a result. Now to get them all to Punisher starving, they're going to push on in the bot lane with this one, and they're going to try and catch up because they're currently one level down.
Yeah, they really don't want to be behind the talents here at level 16, of course, Skimmy, so need to play this very, very smartly. I'm assuming once they get this Mortar Punisher down to quite low, they are just going to back off. There is a hard camp pushing in the top lane that they need to respond to. Demise!
Very risky, sort of posturing in on there, riding on in that surfboard. He's looking for plays, but he rocked up to see 5 people say, how are you?
Yeah, indeed, how are you? Here goes the jump across from John Cena. Flap, bam, bam, jumping over that fence there. But to no avail, he's just going to get slaughtered. WWE, I think not. But KVA and the rest of those boys, Gust and 5, simply going to have to back out from this one. And IY at the back there, just come on my little pink pony there. He's coming in, and here comes a fight. It might actually break out. Arcana, nice Rain of Vengeance on out there, but the Gust and 5 are taking a lot of damage from that Poison Nova. Indeed, nice Gust coming out as well. Silence with a Wailing Arrow, and they managed to get that kill on Zul. But the ultimate's already been popped, so arguably the worth has already come out from Zul. Arcana taking the front line, so confident. Is the Divine Shield up? No, it is not. They need to play this fast. IY does get healing from the Ancestral Spirit, and KVA and the rest of the boys are solo, and Aegon, Kruven and KVA are probably going to go down here. No luck for them.
Perfect.
Beautiful fight there.
Perfect there by Fusion. I was just going to say they need to get in the mix. The Poison Over. Perfect there by Demise. Spring to absolutely everybody. And you can see Gust and 5 just hanging around a little bit longer, just trying to find that last kill. But, they got punished because they overextended. And then IY, with the reset ability of go to the throat, just went, sweet, I will go to your throat. And just jumped and pounced around and played Leapfrog, but they really found themselves in a great situation. 2 levels up now, starving. They had the mercenaries pushing the top lane. They're going to look to get a keep in the bot lane, and this is a huge snowball right now.
It's quite similar to what we saw with Gust and 5 against Tootsies, I must say, Skimmy. So they were always responding to the map pressure on the map, but they could never really bounce back from that. So we're going to have to see how they choose to handle it this time.
They decide actually not to go for the keep.
Yeah.
I believe it's because Rhaegar was tanking that one, and the shot call was there just to back out. They go for the more passive play. They go and take the camp, and
it does work.
It allows Gust and 5 just a little bit more breathing room. Led off quite luckily there.
Yeah, and what they are going to do is pick up this other easy camp at the bot, and I was just going to say it would be very lucky for them if it does spawn on the top, and of course the shrine does spawn top. RNG Lords are on their side. Yeah, RNGesus is on their side today, praising 9 times a day, 14 Fusion there. Probably going to fuse with them there, but are we going to see a Fusion play? I don't think so. Here comes the rest of the team for the Gust and 5. They are rotating towards the top, and rightfully so, but there is an easy camp pushing their bottom lane, so they need to be careful. But they are posturing very, very strangely here. KVA looking to maybe try and get a kill on Demise, but Demise having no
He knows someone's there. You can see the caution ping coming out as well. He finally decides to back away. They've got the pings coming out saying there are people here. Where else would they be? They haven't shown themselves on the map, so they're definitely around and up to. So Up to mischief,
Oh
really.
man, Fusion are playing this so nicely because they know they either are going to appear in the mid lane or the bot lane. If they're not there, where are they going to be? They're going to be on the Punisher. So the Arcane Punisher, the one of choice here, moves is taking the front line, and KVA, his polar opposite there. A lot of damage coming out to KVA in such an early stage of the fight as well, and cooldowns will be having to be popped here for Kruven soon. Benediction now just being popped up, but do believe as well, going to be looking for that double healing. Holy Light onto KVA, double Holy Light indeed, so I did call it right that time. Bone Prism being popped on John, actually does barrel out of there. Nice Poison Over connecting with everyone once again except for Kruven. Nice Rain of Vengeance onto two members, second wave not hitting though, Move's going very low as well. What are they going to do here? Demise needs to drop, but John is just still so low, and Nagon so low as well. And no, they are going to lose this fight. They're going to simply have to back out. Arcana might even go down as well. He is getting chased, and there is no redemption for this Uther just yet. Arcana, of course, is going to be able to spin to win, and he does get away from that. Oh, but does he? No, he doesn't. I outplayed myself there.
Outplayed yourself. DJ Kelly was so proud right now, but look at that. You know, it's the start of these fights. The Poison Over, it just starts the fight, and they just go, right, you're just starting to get lower. I guess now we're going to all in.
I guess you could say it starts the fight and it finishes the fight, doesn't it, Skimmy?
Well, it really does. Yeah. It just sets up the entire engagement for them, and he's doing a great job there. Yeah, with the Bone Prism does negate it with the Dwarven Toss, stuns out one, but it's not going to be enough. This keep is dead for sure. While Hull secures that one, they have Greymane on the capture point here, dangerously low as he is. And this is when you wish you had Sergeant Hammer to chuck at that BFG.
Yeah, the BFG, or the BFG.
The old big friendly gun with a big smile as it rolls across the map.
Yeah. But I think one thing I'm noticing in team for Gust and 5 is that, you know, the Vala and the Falstad are always getting dropped so dangerously low, and they're just playing so defensive in this team fights when maybe possibly they don't have to be. Every member is getting caught out by these Poison Overs, so I guess all we can really say about that is how well Demise is playing. Really getting in the mix of things.
Definitely.
And he's always using Bone Prism on targets that can't be, automatically get out of it. Say Sonya, how we mentioned before. Bone Prism hasn't gone out on her for a while. But here goes another fight. This is probably going to be one of the final fights here, as the boss is going to be punching on.
This is definitely going to decide a Sta'immy. They're going on to the core already. The Punisher's actually being sidetracked and gone for the keep. Disastrous situation for him right now. And what looks to be is the Fusion has split. The Punisher comes out, jumps on in. The Avatar's being popped. Same with Rapid Berserker. The Gust is already preemptively popped. Oh, the Silence is good, and it takes out Kruven straight away. Now they cut to the throat. They go for the throat. Pounces on towards Falstad. That's the back line, like you said already, Sta'immy. Gone. They're just taking out the fight. The Poison Over once again getting a lot of value. But that's definitely GG.
Definitely GG there, and I'll say it once and I'll say it again. I think the MVP for this game there would have to be Demise.
Definitely.
Those Poison Overs on point. And as we saw that last fight there, the Arcane Punisher with the bow wow wow lasers actually dropped Vala pretty much by itself. So GG to Team Fusion taking the first game in this series against Gust and 5.